Brothers and sisters, I'm especially pleased to preside over this Eucharist in the Pontifical Parish of Sant'Anna. I greet with gratitude the Augustinian religious who serve here, in particular the parish priest, Father Mario Miladi, as well the new Superior General of the Order of St. Augustine. I would like also to greet Father Scavella, who has just celebrated his 100th birthday. A milestone indeed, 100 years. This church is situated in a special location, which is also a key to the pastoral ministry carried out here. We are, so to speak, on the border. In front of the Porta Sant'Anna, many who enter and exit the Vatican City pass through the gates of Porta Sant'Anna. Some pass through for work, some guests or pilgrims, some in haste, others with anticipation or serenity. May each one experience that there is here open doors and hearts for prayer, listening, and charity. By the way, the Gospel just proclaimed urges us to examine carefully our relationship with the Lord and consequently among us. Jesus sets a very clear alternative between God and wealth, asking us to take a firm and consistent stance. No servant can serve two masters, and therefore you cannot serve God and wealth. This is not a provisional choice like many others, nor an option that can be reconsidered over time, depending on circumstances. It requires deciding on a true way of life. It is about choosing where to set our hearts, clarifying whom we sincerely love, whom we serve with dedication, and what truly we consider to be good for us. That is why Jesus directly contrasts wealth with God. The Lord speaks this way because He knows we are needy creatures whose lives are full of needs. From the moment we are born, poor and naked, we all need care and affection, a home, food, clothing. The thirst for riches risks taking the place of God in our hearts when we believe that wealth alone can save us, as the dishonest steward in the parable thinks. The temptation is this: to think that without God we could still live well, while without riches we would be sad and afflicted with countless necessities. When faced with need, we feel threatened, but instead of asking for help with trust and sharing in brotherhood and sisterhood, we tend to calculate, accumulate, becoming suspicious and distrustful of others. These thoughts turn others into competitors, rivals, or people from whom to gain advantage. The prophet Amos warns those who seek to make wealth a tool of dominance or are eager to buy the needy for silver and the poor for a pair of sandals, exploiting their poverty. Conversely, God intends the goods of creation for all. Our inheritance neediness as creatures bears witness to a promise and a bond which the Lord himself cares for personally. The psalmist describes this providence style. God looks down from heaven to see the earth. He raises the weak from the dust, lifts the poor from the ashes heap. This is how a good father acts, always and towards everyone, not only towards those who are poor in earthly goods, but also towards the spiritual and moral misery that afflicts both the powerful and the weak, the impoverished and the rich. Indeed, the word of the Lord does not pit people against each other in rival classes, but urges everyone towards an inner revolution, a conversion that begins in the heart. Then our hands will open to give, not to grab. Our minds will open to plan a better society, not to seek deals at the best price. As St. Paul writes, I urge then, first of all, that petitions, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgiving be made for all people, for kings, and for those in authority. Today especially the Church prays that the leaders of nations be free from the temptations to use wealth against humanity, turning it into weapons that destroy people and monopolies that humiliate workers. Those who serve God becomes free from wealth, but those who serve wealth remain slaves to it. Those who seek justice transform wealth into common good. Those who seek domination turn the common good into prey for their greed. The scriptures shed light on the attachment to material goods, which confuse our hearts and distort our future. St. Augustine, dear brothers, I thank you because in various ways you help keep the community of this parish alive, and you also exercise generous apostolic work. I encourage you to persevere with hope in a time seriously threatened by war. Entire people are today crushed by violence and even more by shameless indifference, which leaves them to a destiny of misery. In the face of these tragedies, we do not want to be complacent, but to proclaim with words and deeds that Jesus is the Savior of the world. He also frees us from every evil. His Spirit transforms our hearts so that, nourished by the Eucharist, the greatest treasure of the Church, we can become witnesses of charity and peace.